It by facing the left-handed catcher Kennedy Bunker, who has had a good series. Lefty on lefty, and the first pitch is in the dirt, ball one. Jada Phillips getting her third start of the year. She's catching. Hodge at short, or rather at third. Kylie Edwards is at short. Daniel at second. Tori Edwards at first. Lorenz back in left. Lassiter in center. Franklin in right. Here's the 1-0. And that's a strike over the inside corner. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Bunker hitting .261, but in the series, 3 for 6 with 3 runs batted in. Check swing, but she fouled it. Got a little piece of it at the plate. So that'll make the count a ball and 2 strikes. Bunker, the only Rebel with 3 hits for the weekend. As the Rebels are hitting .231 as a team. Chopper to the right side, backhanded nicely by Tori Edwards, and she'll run to the bag and get the first out of the ball game. So Bunker is out unassisted to first, and that'll bring up Pickens, who had a big game yesterday. Mackenzie Pickens, and most of that good day was against Jaden Heavner. And she had a 2-run homer. Actually, solo homer and a 2-run double. Right-handed batter, and strike 1 right down the middle, and it's 0-1. Now, Pickens was 0 for 4 the first night, but then made a good rebound yesterday. 2 for 3, 3 RBI, including those 2 extra base hits. And for the season, a .277 hitter. Here's the 0-1. Drops a little bit low at 68, and the count's 1-1. 200 down the lines, 220 to center, fence 5 feet all the way around. And another nice crowd here today. Maybe not quite as many as the first 2 nights. A little chillier here today. Rare for this late in April for a little cold front to come through. Here's the 1-1. Misses away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. We had a little over 2,000 the first night, 2208. Had 1920 yesterday. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball foul outside of third. The count's now 2-2. So Heavner, before last night, had a run of 5 starts where she had an .044 ERA, 32 innings, just 2 earned runs. But Ole Miss put some walks together and then took advantage of those. The 2-2 curves around the plate, ball 3. That one just did miss outside. And Pickens watched it, and it's 3-2. And Heavner quickly back with the 3-2 that just missed away, and it's ball 4. Now, didn't miss by much, but missed by a little, but that was enough, and that'll bring up a couple of tough lefties. Percy Yamas homered Friday night. That was her only hit. She was hitless yesterday, so she's 1 for 7, but is their leading average hitter at .383. Left-handed bat, pops it up out into shallow center field, and on the run, Daniel got back there to get it. That one looked like it was going to be tricky because I don't think Lassiter was going to get there from center, and Kylie Edwards didn't quite have the right angle, but Daniel showed up on the scene at just the right time, and there were 2 down. And that'll bring up the all-time freshman single-season home run record holder, Maddie George, for Ole Miss. Lefty bat takes it low, ball 1. She homered off of Solura Friday, and she also was hitless yesterday but drew a couple of walks. So George 1 for 5, a homer, 2 walks, and hitting .370 with 16 homers. Powerful left-handed bat. Here's the 1-0. Off speed is a strike. Runner is going to go. Phillips' throw is very wide, and Pickens has a stolen base. So they may test Jada Phillips today when they get the chance. Ole Miss does not run a lot. They've only stolen now 35 bases. Pickens has just 2. But she is now at second base, and there's 2 away. And a 1-1 count. Pitch is low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Well, in SEC play, that is the Rebels' second steal of the season. In SEC play, this is their 18th game. The 2-1. Very high fly ball to right. That is a moonshot, and that is going to be over the scoreboard and on top of the Mike Moore Performance Center in right field. 290 feet, and it's 2-0 Ole Miss. And Matty George has now tied the Ole Miss record for homers in a season and left no doubt about that one. We do not see many go on the roof, but that one did. George now has tied Lexi Brady for 17 homers in a season. Brady had that last year, and it's 2-0. And here's the shortstop, Reisner, swinging a miss at a rise ball, and it's 0-1. So I think that's the longest one we've seen here this year. The 0-1. High and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, for the third straight game, LSU will find itself behind. They have rallied in the first 2. And we'll have to do it today to get a win. Here's a 1-1. Down and in, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1, ground ball slowly to the left side. It's off of Hodges' glove. It's going to be a base hit. Reisner will get her first hit of the series. She had been 0 for 6. She didn't hit it hard, but she pulled it kind of off the end of the bat, hit it in a good spot. Hodge had to range over, couldn't glove it. And here's Rachel Connors, left-handed hitting DH. Pitch is up and away, ball 1. Connors has pinch hit in each game of this series. She was put out Friday night. She walked last night. Her 6th start in SEC play, a 143 hitter in SEC play. Strike called, and it's 1-1 over the inside corner. Well, LSU overcame a 3-run deficit Friday night, and we're down a couple last night. A little bit up and away, it's 2-1, and we'll be down at least 2 before they can hit here today. Well, the wind is blowing out to right today, but that does not take away from the missile that ball George hit was. That was a shot. Low, and it's ball 3. Got it way up in the air, and it just kept going. (3-1). Low and in, ball 4. So Huebner kind of having some of the same problems she had yesterday with her command. And Beth Farina's coming out to the circle. Getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit is another reason banking with Capital One is one of the easiest decisions ever. That is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, NA, member FDIC. And this is one where Beth kind of told the infielders, no, this is just going to be between me and the pitcher this time. And Jada Phillips, the catcher, isn't even out there. It is just pitcher and coach. Beth gives her a little pat on the back, said, let's go get them. And it'll be the left fielder, Applin. Leilana Applin, 2 for 6 with a run scored in the series. Right-handed batter. They shade her a little bit to the opposite field in the outfield. And a good hard strike. 71 over the inside corner. It's 0-1. So 2-0 Ole Miss, and they're not done here in the top of the first. The 0-1. Chopper foul. It kind of got in on her. She bounced it off the plate, and it went over toward the dugout. Well, Ole Miss has been hitting homers lately. Their bats have come to life the last 2 weekends. The 0-2. Pop-up foul that will go back out of play. They have now homered in 10 straight games. They've homered in all 3 games of this series. They had 8 last weekend against A&M. Here's the 0-2 to Applin. Swing and a miss. It's off the glove. Phillips will have to throw to first. She does, and that will retire the side. So a strikeout, but 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Ole Miss 2. The Tigers will take their first shot among a couple of batters who are on a tear right now. Lassiter now leads LSU with a .338 average. She is 3 for 3 with 4 walks and a hit batsman, and she takes strike 1. Now, last night, originally we had told you that she reached on an error by the shortstop. They went back and changed it to a hit, so that is why she has not officially been retired. Swinging a foul back. Boyer ahead 0-2. Emily Boyer, 116 in the 3rd innings, 103 hits, 70 walks, and 110 strikeouts. She walked 11 here the other night in league play, a .797 ERA. 45 and 2/3 innings, 54 walks. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 called over the inside corner. So Boyer comes out throwing strikes. And they have retired Lassiter for the first time, and they do it on 3 pitches. Then that'll bring up Sierra Daniel. Left-handed bat. .331 average, pitches away, ball 1. Daniel, .275 in SEC play, and for the series is 1 for 7. She scored a couple of runs and has drawn a walk. Tigers 16 walks in 2 games. 1-0. Good hard drop pitch for a strike. It's 71 miles an hour, outer edge. Now, Boyer's got good stuff. She will get some strikeouts. And on a day when she is controlling it, I think she can be pretty dangerous. She's not had many of those days, though. 1-1, swing and a miss. 71 down and away again. It's 1-2. Up and away, and it's 2-2. Ole Miss has 2 SEC wins this year. They were both at Tennessee. Boyer got one of them, a 7-inning game where she allowed just 3 hits and 1 run. She walked 7, but she won the game 2-1. The 2-2, Tapper towards second. Pickens to first, and there's quickly 2 up and 2 down. Starr at third, Reasoner at short, Pickens second, Yamas at first. Bunker catching, Applin in left, Malvin center, George in right. And here is Kylie Edwards, who is just a house of fire right now. Right-handed bat, and a good hard drop strike, 71. Boyer looks very sharp here early. Edwards last 17 games hitting .414 with 23 runs batted in. The 0-1. That one's a little bit away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Overall, up to .328, and she has had a big series. 4 for 7 with 5 runs batted in and a homer. And that one hits her, and she will take her base. Up and in, Edwards will take the base, and Alex Franklin will bat. The Tigers get a base runner with 2 out. Franklin, .275 hitter, 5 doubles, 5 triples, 3 homers. .294 in SEC play, and 3 for 7, a couple of runs scored and a double in this series. Right-handed bat, Tigers looking for a little 2-out rally. Ground ball base hit up the middle. That was well struck by Franklin at 74 miles an hour. And Tori Edwards will bat with 2 runners on. Oh, Franklin jumped on the first one and blasted it right back through the middle. Edwards 3 for 5, a double, the inside the park homer, 3 walks, 6 runs batted in. And she will bat with 2 on here all of a sudden and 2 away. And LSU down 2-0, bottom of the first inning. Baseball underway out at the box. Tigers already down 1-0 there as they play the bottom of the first. A&M looking for the sweep. So Edwards and then Lorenz. Edwards' average climbing is back up over 260 now to 263. And the first pitch, swing and a miss. At 72, outer edge. They've been trying to work Edwards away. That count is 0-1. And the 0-1, that one is away, taken, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1, fly ball foul, it's back out of play. Well, the Tigers in the 2 games have batted .360, 18 hits, and an on-base average of .522. The 18 hits to go with 16 walks and a hit batsman. And they are 2 for 4 at getting on base in this inning. Here's the 1-2 to Edwards, changeup. Good job to foul that one away at 57 miles an hour. So that's about 15 mile an hour difference. I think she's asking the home plate umpire if that was a strike. I think it was. I think that was indeed in the zone. So she'll do 1-2 again. And the pitch. Swing and just got under that one and fouled it back. Now, Boyer can get some strikeouts. Again, with all the walks, kind of overlook it, but she did strike out 5 Tigers in 6 innings the other night. First and second, 2 down. The 1-2 to Edwards. Line drive, base hit into right field. Around third and stopping, and kind of having to stop, is Kylie Edwards, and the bases are loaded. Now, that unfortunately was hit too hard right at the right fielder, George. And Sandra Simmons had to stop Edwards at third base. So the Tigers have the bases loaded for Char Lorenz, who is looking for her first hit of the weekend. This would be an ideal time for it. Lorenz 0 for 5. She did draw 3 walks against Boyer. Fly ball to left field. It's hit pretty well. Left fielder back and is going to grab it on the track, and that'll end the inning. Now, the wind might have bothered that one a little bit. It is blowing in from left, and Lorenz hit it hard, but Applin got back. So the Tigers, has beaten Texas today 4-2, so that series tied at a game apiece. They will play tomorrow night. Florida leads Auburn 5-0, trying to avenge yesterday's upset loss and trying to win the series. Showing bunt is Starr. That's what she does a lot, the right-handed batting third baseman, and the pitch is inside, ball 1. Starr was the final out last night on a strikeout with runners at second and third in the 7th inning. The 1-0. Pitch is down and away, and it's 2-0. But she just kind of puts the bat out there and trying to distract catcher, trying to draw the infielders in. Only has 5 hits all year. Showing bunt. Curveball catches the inside corner. It's strike 1. 3 of those hits were against A&M last weekend. It's her 23rd start. 156 average, 5 for 32. The 2-1 does not show bunt. Takes a strike, and it's 2-2. 67 mile an hour pitch. Right in there. It's even count. 8-hole hitter. They scored 2 and left 2 in the first inning. 2-2. Way outside, it's ball 3. It's low, ball 4. When you start putting the bottom of their order on, that has hurt LSU in this series because they turn the lineup over and the people at the top have been driving those runners in. So walking a 156 hitter can be a little dangerous. Starr has also stolen 9 bases. Here's Malvin, lefty slapper, shows bunt, runs up, takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Malvin, a 304 hitter. 0 for 1 with the walk last night, 1 for 2 with the walk the first night. The 0-1 runs up, takes it down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Ole Miss, and they've got a runner at first, none out here in the second. Evener has walked 3. 1-1. That is off of Phillips. And it's going to advance the base runner. That one didn't bounce or anything, it didn't look like. She just could not make the grab. So LSU has given them a base runner and a free base, and they're still none out. Runner at second. Count is 2-1. And ball 3 is inside. This is unfortunately the same Huebner we saw yesterday. Just not as sharp. She came out throwing flames Friday night, got 2 outs and got the save. It's been a little rough last 2. 3-1. That's a strike inside corner to the slapper, and it's 3-2 now. It would be very big to get an out here before they turn the lineup over. 3-2. Ball 4 is inside. So she has walked the 8-9 hole hitters to start the inning. And Beth Torino, I think, is probably going to have to make a change again, kind of like yesterday. Yep, she will go to the umpire first, but I think we are probably going to get a change. Yep, they're going down to the bullpen, and we will have a change. 2-0 Ole Miss. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Strikeout. Needs some ground balls. Bunker shows bunt. Takes it low, ball 1. Bunker grounded to first to start the game. 0 for 1 in the series. 259 average overall. 0 for 1 today. But has some RBI in the series. 3 of them. Shows bunt, and it will be a foul ball. Bunted it, and then it backed up behind home plate. Phillips made the throw to first anyway, but it was to no avail as the bunt dropped right in front of the plate and then backspin carried it back. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. Ole Miss with the 2-0 lead, trying to get some more. Showing bunt again. Bunted through that one, foul tip, and it's 1-2. Bunker 3 for 7. Left-handed bat. And the 1-2 from Salura. Line drive caught by Edwards at short. Throw to the bag at second. And the ball was not caught by Daniel. I don't think it was quite going to be in time anyway, but the Tigers do get an out without a runner moving, so that is good. It would have been very close, but Daniel had to kind of reach off to the side, couldn't grab it. Here's Pickens. Good drop ball strike, and it's 0-1. Pickens walked, stole a base, and scored a run in the first inning. Right-handed bat, 2 on, 1 out. The 0-1. Pop up out into shallow right center field. Daniel's going to go back and get it. And throw back behind her at second, not quite in time. Now the runner down at second, Starr, with Daniel backpedaling into the outfield, had ideas of, hey, maybe I'm going to tag up here. She was kind of bluffing, but Sierra's throw behind her was very close at second. But there's now 2 down, and that'll bring up Yamas, who popped to second her first time. Left-handed bat. And the pitch. Strike called. Good drop over the outside corner at 69 miles an hour. Yamas 381 to lead their team. 0-1. too far down and away that time, and it's 1-1. With her 0 for 1 earlier, is 1 for 8 for the weekend, but it was a big one. It was a 2-run homer Friday. Lefty bat, the 1-1 to the plate. Strike 2, outside edge. The outside corner kind of big here, and Solura using it. Here's the 1-2. Going back out there again, too far away, and it's 2-2. Well, now do you dare maybe try to break off one inside to the lefty? Everything has been away. Here's the 2-2. Line drive to center, going to be right at Lassiter. She's got it, and Solura comes in and gets out of the jam. So we go to the bottom of the second, score intact. It's Ole Miss 2, LSU nothing on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Champions make plays on the field and in life.
Of the last 17 times she's been up, either hit or walk. Average at 221. Right-handed bat, the bottom 3 of the order. Check swing, that was a changeup that was coming in, and a foul ball, 0-1. And the Tigers loaded the bases with 2 outs in the first, and then Lorenz hit one hard, but to the left fielder. The Tigers left 3, going to try to rebuild here in the second. The 0-1. Strike 2. The 65 mile an hour, kind of a tweener. Kind of in the middle of her changeup and her hard stuff, but Hutchins behind 0-2. So Boyer getting ahead in counts today. Did not see much of that Friday. 0-2 is a little chopper to the right side. The first baseman's got it, going to run to the bag just in time is the Yamas, and Hutchins is out. And that'll bring up Jada Phillips, who does not have a career hit. Going back to last year, she is 0 for 12 in her career. She is 0 for 2 this year, and those came very early in the season. She bats right-handed. And the first pitch is low, ball 1. Two 2-0 Ole Miss, bottom of the second inning. Here's the 1-0. Chopper foul outside of third. Phillips running it out. Throw was made, but it was clearly foul, so the count's 1-1. Boyer, good. She got a pretty good hard drop pitch that's working for her as well. Hodge got on top of that one. Or rather, Phillips got on top of that one. 1-1. Another similar foul ball. That one will end up in the dugout, though, and it's 1-2. And Boyer will bring the 1-2. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Jada Phillips has her first career hit, and it is a single past the diving shortstop Reisner. And that'll bring up Avery Hodge. That one was well struck also, 74 miles an hour off the bat. Now here is Hodge. And the first pitch runs up, fouls it, 0-1. Hodge for the year, 171, and 1 for 5 with a run scored and a walk this weekend. And a quick visit with the infielders. No coaches here, just an infielder visit. LSU Athletics thanks its corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. 2-0 Ole Miss, bottom of the second inning. Tigers have tried to get a sweep the last 2 weekends and have fallen short in Game 3. have 3 hits here, but they've come in different innings. So Hodge trying to get on for the top of the order. Phillips at first. Here's the 0-1 to Hodge. That one, not sure where that one missed. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but it's 1-1. 72 miles an hour. It was hard, I do know that. Here's the 1-1. Very high, 2 balls and a strike. Now, Boyer's 11 walks were not a school record. They had a pitcher walk 12 in a game, and the SEC record is 14 walks by one pitcher in a game. The 2-1, that's a hard strike outside corner. That's a very good pitch. It's 2-2. So Boyer managed to avoid the record books in that category, but the 11 finally caught up to her as Tori Edwards got the big bases clearing hit in the 6th. The 2-2. Down and in, very close, but ball 3. That one just off the inner half. So a full count. Outfield shallow. Infield back a little bit with 2 strikes. 3-2. Line drive, base hit, left field. Hodge just looped it over the drawn-in infield. So the LSU 8-9 hole hitter is doing some damage. And you got Lassiter and Daniel now with a chance. Lassiter struck out looking her first time, the first time she's been retired all weekend. And it happened on 3 pitches. So Boyer's given up a couple of singles. And there's just 1 out. That pitch is inside, ball 1. So Lassiter on a run, not quite like the one Kylie Edwards is on, but pretty close. 1-0. Line drive into right field. That is a base hit. It's going to the fence. Phillips is going to score. Hodge is right behind her. It is a 2-run double, and we are tied at 2. As Lassiter filled the right center field gap, got it by George to the fence, and 3 straight hits have tied the game for the Tigers. And that'll bring up Sierra Daniel. So Lassiter, we mentioned she's kind of on a run. She now has a hit in 12 of her last 15 games, hitting over 400. And the Tigers have a chance to maybe take the lead now. 5 LSU hits. So Boyer's throwing more strikes today, but LSU's hitting them. Daniel grounded to second her first time. Here's the pitch. A little bit high, ball 1. Well, Lassiter now with the 9 doubles. She's up to 29 runs batted in. She and Daniel are tied for the team lead in doubles with 9. Here's the 1-1. Strike called outside corner. But how about Phillips and Hodge getting on base to set the table? So 8-9 get on, and you get some hot hitters at the top. Ole Miss has used that formula this weekend, and LSU does it here. 1-1. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. Daniels average at 328. It was up over 350 after her surge a couple weeks ago, but has kind of hit in some bad luck lately. Two, bottom of the second. And here's the pitch. Outside, 2-2. Good take. That did not miss by much. And Kylie Edwards, who was hit by a pitch, is on deck. Runner at second, still just 1 out in the inning. And the 2-2. Up high, ball 3. Now, some more base runners for some pretty hot hitters coming up would be a good thing. 3-2. Ground ball, that is off the shortstop's glove into center field. That's going to put runners at the corners. As Reisner dove for it, got a glove on it. Lassiter had to wait at second base to see what was going to happen. So she was only able to advance to third, but Reisner did a great job just to keep that on the infield. And it's first and third, and there's going to be a visit to the circle. Nancy Evans, the pitching coach, usually comes and talks to the pitcher. Jamie Traxel, the head coach, will visit with the infielders. And here's a Kylie Edwards moment right now. She has just dominated with RBI opportunities here lately. In this series, she's 4 for 6, 5 runs batted in, a walk and a hit batsman. Her average is up to 328. And with the hit batsman, her numbers last 17 still intact. A 4.14 average, 23 RBI over the last 17 games. Hancock Whitney is the official bank of LSU Athletics. Learn more at hancockwhitney.com/LSU. Well, Jamie Traxel is out there talking to the home plate. Actually, that's Nancy Evans talking to the home plate umpire. Crowd getting a little anxious, wanting the proceedings to continue. So Edwards, a very good chance to give LSU the lead. The Tigers have 6 hits now. Edwards hit by the pitch her first time. It's only her 4th of the year. Infield comes in. It's a 2-2 game, but LSU has a chance with runners at the corners. And the first pitch is down and away, ball 1. Alex Franklin's on deck. They have 6 hits, no walks, the 1 hit batsman. So LSU getting the hits off Boyer. 1-0. Kind of an awkward swing and fouled that one away at the plate at 71 miles an hour. Kylie was 2 for 3 against Boyer on Friday night. And one of those was a home run in the first inning. 1-1. Missed away. And it's 2-1. Good take. That one was just off the plate. A little harder to see the bat tracker in the day game with the glare, but that one, the blue ball was outside of the box. So that was the right call. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, and it's 2-2. Kylie with 30 RBIs. Tori Edwards with 34. Those are your 2 leads. So your 2 Edwards are your leading RBI bats. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 runs in. Infield in a little closer. Here's the pitch. Good take on one down and away, and the count's full. Well, Edwards has shown the ability to go both fields. She pulled the home run, but she's also gone to the gap and right a couple times. So she's hitting everything everywhere. Does she have another one in her here? The 3-2. Chopper towards short. Shortstop looks the runner back, goes to first in time. So they get the big out. Daniel goes to second, but there's 2 down. Though a good pitch by Boyer. Edwards did not get a great swing at that. And there was no chance for the run to score. Alex Franklin singled her first time. That was a hard shot back up the middle. And a changeup is in the dirt, ball 1. Well, the game is tied. LSU a chance to go ahead, but need a hit now with 2 away. Tigers left them loaded in the first, have 2 on here. The 1-0. And they strike down and in at the knees. Another good pitch. Boyer, she's a capable pitcher when she's in the zone. Has good stuff. She's been more around the zone today, but LSU's been hitting the ball. Here's the 1-1. Up high, ball 2. Tori Edwards on deck. They do not want any part of her either, because she has wrecked them a couple of times in this series, especially in the 6th inning. We're in the second here. The 2-1. Tapped foul at the plate. The count's now 2-2. Boyer's got a good pitch that dives down. Her ERA for the season now up over 4. With the 2 runs here, she's at 4.03. Got to hurry. Pitch clock at 5. Here comes the 2-2. High pop up, straight back. That should land on the roof, and it does. Franklin starting to warm up a little bit. Had a 4-game run where she didn't have any hits, but has a hit in each game of this series. And looking for an RBI hit here. She is now 4 for 8. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, but it gets through. Throw to first is not in time, and it gets into right field, and both runs will score. It was a swing and a miss by Franklin, but it got through Bunker to the backstop. And Franklin took off to first, and Bunker's throw was high, and it went into right field, and LSU got 2 runs out of it. Bunker might have had a better play at home, to be honest, looking at the replay. Like there would have been a close play at home, but 2 runs score, and LSU's up 4-2 now. And Franklin at first, and here's Tori Edwards. And she takes a changeup low, ball 1. Now, Bunker, I think, had it in her mind that she needed to get to first, but might have had a play at the plate on the runner coming, which was Lassiter. The pitch is outside. It's 2-0. So it will be a wild pitch to score the first run and then an error to score the second run. And LSU has put a 4 on the board. Here's the 2-0 to Edwards. Down and in, ball 3. I think they are content to take their chances with the Lorenz on deck, even with Franklin at first. Only the second strikeout of the game, but it ends up scoring 2 runs. 3-0. He'll take a strike at the knees, and it's 3-1. And the 3-1. Changeup is ball 4 outside. And that'll bring up Lorenz, who lined to left hard with the bases loaded in the second. Looking for her first hit of the series still. He is 0 for 6 with 3 walks. Average at 246. And strike 1 right down the middle. They are coming after Lorenz after kind of being careful with Tori Edwards. LSU with 6 hits in the game. The 0-1 fouled back, and it's 0-2. 2 on, 2 out. The 0-2 up and away, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Over at the box, it is now 4-0 A&M, top of the 3rd. Here's the 1-2 to Lorenz. Drops low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2. Ground ball to short. Shortstop will go to the bag at second. Reasoner to Pickens to end the inning. But the Tigers bat around and score 4 on 4 hits. There was an error and 2 left. We go to the 3rd. And then Salura came in and got Bunker, Pickens, and Yamas all in order. And then LSU gets 4 to take the lead. Here is George, Maddie George, who homered over the scoreboard and off the mic behind right field. Takes it low, ball 1. George needs one more homer, and she will be the all-time single-season record holder for Ole Miss. She's got 2 this weekend. 1-0. Chopper to the right side. It's going to be a fair ball right to Edwards. She will touch the bag. That is a good out to get right there. Well, we'll look around the league. Some pretty interesting scores. Florida has restored order a little bit home against Auburn. They're up 7-0 after they lost yesterday. Oklahoma is up 7-0 on Arkansas. They're in the bottom of the second. Reasoner, right-handed batter, lines it foul. Arkansas beat them last night, so Oklahoma comes out with a vengeance today. In College Station, Mississippi State got 6 in the first, and then Texas A&M answered with 6 in the second. So a 6-6 score, bottom of the second, Texas A&M and Mississippi State. That had been a pitcher's series. Line drive to center that's hit well. Lassiter back, leaps, it's off of her glove and is going to hit the fence, but she did a great job to get it back into the infield and will hold Reasoner to a single. Now Lassiter went back. That ball was hit very hard and leapt up just before the track, and it looked like she got glove on it. Yep, she did. And it squirted out, but then it bounced off the fence right back to her, and she got it in and threw a strike to second. So they hold the runner at first. First hit off Salura, and here's Connors, the lefty hitting DH. Hard drop pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Alabama leads Kentucky 1-0 in the second, looking for the sweep. And South Carolina, top of the fourth, leads Missouri 1-0. They split the first 2. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball to the right side. It's going to ease its way into right field for a hit. Well, it wasn't hit hard, but there was nobody there. Daniel was shading over toward the bag, so there are 2 on with 1 out. Well, the Rebels continue to hit the ball, as they have now for 2 weekends in a row. This was a team before the A&M series that was hitting 199 in league play. And the left fielder, Applin, will bat. She struck out against Heavener to end the first inning. Ground ball to the left side. Kylie Edwards has it, goes to the bag at third, and it's off Hodges' glove, and the bases are going to be loaded. Though it has turned quickly here in the third. Edwards made the play. Her shuffle, it was going to be close. I think she realized she probably didn't have a great play at first base. And the play right there in front of her at third. And it was off of Hodges' glove. The runner may have been safe anyway, but the bases are loaded. And Starr is due up, the right-handed batter. But I do not believe she is. She's going to be in the box. And she will hit. I think we're going to have a pinch runner at second for Connors. But Ole Miss trying to answer back. And yeah, we are going to have a pincher, which I kind of figured we would. This is a big moment for them, and Starr not with a ton of hits, so they are going to pinch hit number 12, Liesl Osteen, who we have not seen in the series. Osteen is a lefty bat, 267 hitter, 4 for 15 on the year with 3 RBI. 2 of her 4 hits are doubles.
Running at second base for Ole Miss, number 0, Cassidy.
And the pinch runner is Patterson, number 0. With Patterson at second, and Osteen will hit for Starr. Now, there's the one thing about ground ball pitchers, and Salura is a ground ball pitcher. Sometimes those ground balls find holes, and the last 2 have. Lefty bat takes low ball 1. Now, the good thing for Salura is she does throw strikes. Infield kind of in a little bit. It's 4-2 LSU in the third. Would love a ground ball at somebody. Check swing, but a strike over the inside corner. The ruling on that last play is just a fielder's choice. So no hit, no error, just fielder's choice, bases loaded. The 0-1, high chopper foul, kind of the left-hander kind of fought that one off and hit a big bouncer, but it was foul. The count's 1-2. Salura doesn't get a ton of strikeouts, but a ground ball at somebody would be ideal. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. A weak wave and a pitch down and in. Strikeout works also. And now Malvin will bat. She has walked in all 3 games of this series. That was a great pitch. Inside corner at the knees, and Osteen couldn't handle it. Now the tough slapper, 304 average, lefty bat, runs up, takes a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Salura is hitting that down and away to the lefties that is very tough for them to get to. And she's getting the call and hitting the spot. Here's the 0-1. Tapper towards short. Kylie's got it. Throw to first in time, and the inning is over. Though Salura pitches through bases loaded, 1 out, and preserves the 2-run lead. We go bottom 3. It's LSU 4, Ole Miss 2 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. There, and here is Hutchins, who grounded to first her last time against Boyer. Pitches ball 1 low. Boyer, 2 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. Only 2 of them are earned. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. 1-0. High strike called. A changeup, and it's 1-1. One. Strike 2 called, inside corner. 70 miles an hour. The Boyer throwing more strikes today. 65 pitches, 40 strikes. She wasn't over 50% the other night. She's well over 50% today. 1-2, ground ball hit hard, but right to the shortstop, and she bobbles it, and that's going to be an error. You could kind of see an overspin, big bounce coming. And that's exactly what happened to Reisner. And it'll be an error, but Hutchins reaches. That'll be the second one on the Rebels. And she hit it hard, and it had some top spin. And that last bounce hit and bounced up around her shoulders, and she couldn't field it. See if LSU can continue to put the pressure on. Here's Jada Phillips, who got her first career hit and scored a run in the second inning. She takes a strike. It was a base hit just to the left of second base. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Changeup down and away, and it's at 58. It's 0-2 quickly. And the 0-2. Good take on a pitch low, and it's 1-2. Right-handed bat, 1-2 to the plate. Swinging a foul back. That Phillips hit started the rally. Hodge followed with the hit, and then Lassiter doubled them in. And then later scored, and LSU put 4 on the board. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away. Phillips up there battling. Hutchins, the runner at first. And the 1-2. Fly ball to left field. It's hit way back. It's in the front of the fence, caught by the left fielder, Applin. Well, the wind might have held that one up a little bit also, but Phillips crushed it. And Applin got back just short of the fence and made the grab. Well, that would have been something. Now here's Hodge. Hodge runs up, taps it to the left side. The shortstop will go to second to get the force out. Reisner to Pickens, and there's 2 down. And Lassiter, who doubled in two, will bat. Now, Lorenz hit a very similar ball in the first inning to the one Phillips just hit. That might have had a chance that the wind might have affected. Lassiter takes it low, ball one. (4-2) LSU, bottom of the third. Here's the 1-0. Fly ball down the right field line. Right fielder drifting back. She's going to catch it just short of the track. George, now the wind's pushing the ball that way, and that one kind of kept going, and George had to get back, but she made the catch. And that'll end the inning. No runs or hits, an error, and the runner left. We're on to the fourth. It's 4-2 Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Lefty bat and pushes it down the left field line. It's going to slice foul. Almost in for extra bases down the line, but could not quite keep it fair. A&M softball kept up their 6-run inning. They ended up with 9 in the second inning. So they lead Mississippi State 9-6 in the third. Mississippi State had not been scoring runs. Swing and a miss, went for a rise up out of the zone, and it's 0-2. So we will be in Starkville for LSU and Mississippi State next weekend. The 0-2 is up high, 1-2. LSU and Ole Miss have the same opponents the next 2 weekends, just obviously in reverse order. LSU will be at Mississippi State, and then we'll host Auburn. Ole Miss will be at Auburn, and then we'll host Mississippi State. 1-2 took that one off for shoe tops and fouled it. And count will stay at 1-2. Then we will be in the ever-pleasant Starkville next weekend. 5 o'clock Friday, 2 o'clock Saturday, 11 a.m. Sunday. Here's the 1-2. High fly ball to right. That's going to be a problem. The wind's taking it back, and it's going to push it way out of here. No bunker homers, and it's a 4-3 game. They have hit 2 rockets to right field. George hit one up on the roof. That one didn't make it that far, but it did go 240. And Ole Miss continues to hit the ball out of the park. That is Bunker's 8th of the season. Their 2nd of the day. Here's Pickens. And it's 4-3. Pitches away, ball one. Now Pickens has walked, stolen a base, and scored, and then popped the second. Right-handed bat. So Salura gives up her first run. Pitches down and away, ball two. Ole Miss now 5 home runs in the series. They have hit 2 today. That's a strike, and it's 2-1. They now have 65 on the year. School record, which they hit last year, was 67. Pop up right field, foul territory. Franklin on the run is going to grab it in foul territory, and there's one out. So with a bare minimum of 8 games left for Ole Miss, they just need a couple. So it looks like they are destined to reset their team record for homers, which they set last year. Yamas is 0 for 2. Pop up the second and a fly ball to center. Strike one, change up over the outside corner. The 0-1 outside. Now, Ole Miss's 2 homers have been to right where the wind is kind of blowing. LSU's hit a couple of long ones to left, and I think the wind might have blocked down a little bit. So Ole Miss using the park to their advantage here today. 1-1. Lefty bat takes it a little low, and it's 2-1. One out, 4th inning, 4-3 LSU. Here's the 2-1. Chopper towards short. Flattens out for Kylie Edwards. Sets, throws in time, and there's 2 down. Well, she played that hop so well. It took a couple of big bounces, then it flattened out, and she made it look very routine. And that'll bring up Maddie George, who hit a titanic home run in the 1st inning. 280 is what we had it. Over the scoreboard onto the roof of the building behind. And outside, ball 1. 17 homers ties their school record. LSU wouldn't mind if she got that record maybe next week or something. Trying to keep her in the ballpark the rest of this weekend. That's low and away, ball 2. And I think we might be at that point of the weekend where LSU is not going to give her anything to look at. 2-0. Now she swung at one. That looked like that was well off the plate away. It was, and fouled it. Counts 2-1. Now we've seen her hit opposite field. She did that Friday night against Salura into a wind that was blowing straight in from left, and she still hit it well out of here. Here's the 2-1. Fly ball to left center. That one is hit well again, and it is out of here. Well, she's the all-time home run leader. LSU could not keep her in the park. And we are tied again at 4. That one I feel like probably got way too much of the plate. But George was looking for it away, got it away, and demolished it. 246. It hit the camera deck out in left center. So Salura has given up 2 blasts, and this game is tied at 4. And it'll be Reisner who has singled twice. Her first 2 hits of the weekend. Hits are now even at 6 apiece. A little bit low, and it's 2-0. Now, Salura has now given up 10 homers on the season. 3 of them have been in the series. Fly ball to left. That's hit well. That one is going to be out of here. Well, Lorenz went for the catch, and she flipped over the fence. We'll see if she's okay. Yep, she's coming back out. But Ole Miss has hit 3 out of the park in the inning, and they've now got a 5-4 lead. And Beth Torina is going to have to make a pitching change, I do believe. Now, hitting one out of here to left today is not an easy thing to do, and Reisner got all of that one. Lorenz went back to the fence, reached for it, and then fell over the fence. Now, fortunately, there's a nice soft grass area to land on back there, but 3 homers in the inning. Ole Miss 5-4. Peyton Monticelli is going to be the pitcher, and we'll keep it here. No, 3 solo homers. They have hit 4 today, and I've lost count. I believe that's now 7 in the series. And it is Monticelli. Yeah, they've hit 7 in the series. They hit 8 against A&M last week, and that was a school record for a 3-game series. And they have now pushed their total for the season to 67. So we were talking about them getting their season record at some point before the season ended. They've got it before the inning ended. So we will see Monticelli, who pitched last night, and in game one. She went 2 innings in game one, 2 hits, no runs. Last night, an inning and 2/3, a hit, no runs, a walk and 2 strikeouts. So she's pitched well in both games. And Ole Miss is just hitting the ball all over this ballpark. And Connors, who had to re-enter the game, she is back in. She singled her last time. Monticelli delivers a strike. 3.24 ERA, 45 1/3 innings, 43 hits, 20 walks, 47 strikeouts, a 2.49 average against. Here's the 0-1. Pop up, left side. That should get LSU out of the inning. Hodge will make the catch, but they get 3 runs on 3 solo homers, and LSU's offense got to go back at it. Bottom of the 4th. It's now Ole Miss 5. Franklin. Daniel is 1 for 2. So Boyer has a new life again. Daniel runs up, takes a changeup, low, ball 1. Oh, they have gotten to Heavner and Salura again today. 1-0, up high, ball 2. They had both been pitching exceptionally well coming into the weekend. Salura went 2 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs. Heavner started 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, and 4 walks. Monticelli in now trying to hold it down. And LSU trying to get back in the run column. Here's the 2-0. Strike called outside corner, and it's 2-1 to Daniel. A&M now leads baseball 5-0, bottom of the 4th. Here's the 2-1. Shows bunt, takes it very high, ball 3. LSU maybe this will be a good time for Boyer to kind of lose the strike zone. She's only walked 1 today, and she hit 1. And Daniel will await the 3-1, and time is called. And they got to reset the pitch clock. And the 3-1. Strike 2 called. Drops at the knees, and it's 3-2. So she's thrown a number of good pitches today. Her good pitches have outnumbered the ones out of the zone by a pretty good number. And the 3-2 to Daniel. Fouled away. And we'll do it again. Hancock Whitney is the official bank of LSU Athletics. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com/LSU. So again, the 3-2. Ground ball to second. Second baseman will scoop to first. Pickens in time, and there's 1 out. And that'll bring up Kylie Edwards, hit by a pitch and a ground out to short. Well, Boyer getting enough outs without cluttering up the bases with the free passes. Edwards 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Franklin on deck, and then Tori Edwards. Here's the 1-0. Line drive, base hit into center field. Kylie Edwards just continues to hit the ball everywhere. Just to the left of second base, and Franklin, who has singled and struck out, will bat. That was a productive strikeout because there were runners at second and third. The ball got through the catcher and 2 runs scored. I don't think you can count on that every time you strike out. Let's see if Franklin can put it back in play. So she's got a hit in each game of the series, 4 for 9. And a changeup strike. It's 0-1. And the 0-1, that's high, and it's 1-1. 5-4 Ole Miss, bottom of the fourth inning. On a cool, windy day here at Tiger Park, temperature just getting up to 70, wind blowing out to right. 1-1. Oh, got the low inside strike called there. That one did not look to be on the plate. It's 1-2. And the 1-2, Franklin checks the swing. It's low. She went for a low pitch and struck out in the second. They went back there, and Franklin laid off that one. Average climbing back up at 279. It was in the 260s before the series. Here's the 2-2. Just up and in, ball three, changeup. That one may have gotten some of the zone. But Boyer did not get the call. No full count with Edwards at first. And the pitch. Ground ball hit hard, but right to the shortstop. The second for one, to first. A double play. Franklin hit a rocket right at the shortstop Reeser. 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. We go to the fifth, 5-4 Ole Miss here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Makes it the fourth time she's hit two in a game this season, but it is the third time since last weekend. Right-handed batting, Applin will ground it foul. She hit two in game one against A&M, then she hit two against North Alabama, and then two today. So in her last 7 games, she has 3 two-home run games. Applin from the right side takes it high. Applin has struck out, hit into a fielder's choice, and reached on that fielder's choice. That loaded the bases back in the third inning, but they did not score. Here's the 1-1. Strike called, outside corner, 62 miles an hour. And the 1-2, almost hit her, but it is inside for ball 2. And the 2-2 just missed. A little bit off the edge, and the count is now full. Strike three called. Rise ball, 70 miles an hour. Inside part, one away. And that'll bring up Starr, the third baseman. She was pinch hit for earlier. She will hit here.
Third baseman number 2.
She drew a walk in the second inning. And then her pinch hitter struck out with the bases loaded in the third. Check on the swing, did not get the call. It's 1-0 on the outside. Check swing, and that one hit the bat. That's 1-1. Foul ball. Florida has beaten Auburn 7-1, so they take 2 of 3 in that series. Oklahoma's up 8-0 on Arkansas, bottom of the fourth. Texas A&M still leads Mississippi State 9-6, bottom of the fourth. 1-1. Fly ball foul, and it's 1-2. South Carolina leads Missouri 4-0 in the sixth. Alabama up 3-0 on Kentucky in the third. And Georgia beat Texas earlier 4-2. They have split the first 2 in that series. We'll play again tomorrow night. Here's the 1-2. Up and in again, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Starr. Just a 156 hitter as she stands in. fouled to the right side. Each team with 7 hits, Ole Miss a couple errors. Two. Strike 3 called, outside corner. Took a little something off at 62 miles an hour. Back-to-back strikeouts for Monticelli. And that'll bring up Malvin, the center fielder, who has walked and grounded to short. This will be the 3rd different pitcher she will face. She walked against Heavner, grounded to short against Salura. And now we'll face Monticelli, pitch up high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Strike called, outside corner. Well, 9-hole hitter, when you get to the top 5 in their order have all homered at least once in this series. Bunker, Pickens, Yamas, George, and Reesner have all hit it out of the park at some point. 1-1. It's outside, and it's 2-1. Reesner, and I didn't mention it after her home runs, we were worried about saving Lorenz from the Tiger Terrace, but she's 3 for 3 today after having been hitless first 2 games of the series. 2-1. Tapper to the circle. That's easy. Monticelli to first in time. So a clean 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Tori Edwards will lead it off. Tigers down 5-4 here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. She is 4 for 6 hitting, and she has walked 4 times. She will lead off the inning. LSU down a run, bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch drops, ball 1, and they pitched around her in the 2nd. And then got to Lorenz, who grounded out. Here's the 1-0 from Boyer. Fly ball hit hard to center field. It is way back. It is going to be out of here. Tori Edwards, home run to tie the ball game. That was a missile at 79 miles an hour off the bat. 242 feet up into the bleachers in center field, and LSU has tied the game. 10th home run of the season for Tori to retake the LSU lead. The ball was pretty much straight away center, then the wind started pushing it to the right, but that was a blast. And LSU has tied it. Lorenz looking for her first hit of the weekend, 0 for 8 with 3 walks. And that kind of got the crowd back on board. Strike called, inside corner. So Edwards' 2nd homer of the series, the first one to actually leave the yard. And Boyer allows her 23rd of the year. That's a bunch. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 at the knees, and it's 0-2. Well, Boyer has only walked 1, but she has given up 8 hits. So she's been in the zone more, and LSU's getting more hits. Here's the 0-2. It's up high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2. It's down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lorenz had 3 walks against Boyer Friday night. And then it was 0 for 4 yesterday and 0 for 2 today. 2-2. It's up high, ball 3. Well, LSU has done a good job all weekend keeping the pressure on. And the 3-2. Ball 4 is low, so Lorenz, a good job to work back in the count, draw a walk. and Allie Hutchins will be the batter. Hutchins has grounded to first and then reached on an error, so she is 0 for 2. So we're getting to the bottom of the order. We'll see if the bottom of the order can get it going again in the second inning. Phillips and Hodge each got hits. And we'll see what the call is here. Coach might have Hutchins bunt. The infield's not playing it that way. She does not show it and takes strike one over the inside corner at 69 miles an hour. No, 5-5 in the fifth. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Changeup had her fooled. That one down and away. Hutchins did not have that in the crosshairs of what she was looking for. And now it is 0-2. And the 0-2 coming up and away, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2. Check swing down and in. I don't think she went. Umpire says she did not, and it's 2-2. Hutchins kind of takes a step back, takes a deep breath, processing the information, and ready for a 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And she swings and misses at the changeup. And there's one away. And it went back 3 pitches in a row to it. Here's Phillips, who singled for her first career hit and then hit a drive to left that was caught on the warning track. So her first start in SEC play. She takes it low here, ball 1. Avery Hodge on deck. And then to the top of the order. Both teams' top of the order have been very productive today. Here's the 1-0. Low and in, ball 2. LSU's now got 8 hits in the game. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3 is low. And Hodge is actually back out of the on-deck circle, and Destiny Harris, I think, will hit for her. And would like to hit with a couple runners on, maybe. 3-0 to Phillips. Strike 1. 70 miles an hour, just kind of a get me over here. It's 107 pitches for Boyer. And a 3-1 count. And she's ready to bring it. Ground ball to the right side. It is going to be stopped by the second baseman. Throw to first in time. But going to second is Lorenz, and there's 2 down, and it will be Destiny Harris to bat. So kind of an RBI situation here. It's not really Hodge's game. Going to bring in the bigger hitter. Harris 11 for 38, a 289 average on the season. And we have seen her in the series go 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Now, Phillips made a bid to hit one into right field, but Pickens got over before it got out there, but it did move the runner. So a Harris hit to the outfield could give LSU the lead. Right-handed bat with 2 down. Off the end of the bat, it's going to roll. Fair ball to the first baseman, and Yama as well. So both teams in the same spot. Bunker from the left side, grounds it to first. Edwards has it, will go to first in time. That's a good 1-pitch, 1-out deal to start the 6th inning. Monticelli has gone 5 up, 5 down. Pickens 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored. Right-handed batter. Well, she is 2 for 9 for the weekend, and Monticelli delivers a strike, and it's 0-1. Now, Bunker with her hit today now has 4 hits for the weekend. George has 3. They're all homers. Here's the 0-1. That's outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So Ole Miss has hit 15 homers in their last 2 weekends. Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. What you definitely don't need are free passes. The way that they have been striking the ball. Here's the 2-1. That's a strike. Took something off at 61 miles an hour. It's 2-2. Monticelli, pitching in all 3 games of the series, has been effective to this point. 2-2, I beg your pardon. Popped up into foul territory. Edwards has got to play. Torrey will not catch it. By the dugout, it popped out of her glove. Should have had it. I know the wind is moving it around, but she had it in the glove and didn't squeeze it hard enough. As she was over there right by the fence, the teammates moved for her, but she couldn't grab it. Here's the 2-2. High, ball 3. Those are the ones that make you nervous when you give the batter an extra swing or 2 here. Three-2. Ball 4. So batter will be on base with 1 out. Yamas, the lefty, 0 for 3, a couple of pop-ups and a ground out to short. So runner on, 1 out in the 6th. Batter needs time. Yamas 1 for 10 in the series. And strike 1 floats over the outside corner, 0-1. First walk, in fact, first base runner allowed by Monticelli. Here's the 0-1 to the lefty. That misses a little bit away, and it's 1-1. But barring a double play, you're going to have to face Maddie George with the runner on base. 1-1, little jam shot to short. It's going to be caught by Edwards, and she'll throw to first for the double play. Well, the runner was going, and it was a jam shot floater to Kylie Edwards, and that was an easy double play to erase the walk. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's see, the runner was on the move. Yeah, watching the replay, it was a hit and run, and the double play in effect. Top of the LSU order, tied at 5 on the LSU Sport at 5, bottom of the 6th inning. And the first pitch to Lassiter is low in the dirt, ball 1. Boyer, 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. She's walked 2 and struck out 3. And is now at 110 pitches. 1-0 to Lassiter. Ball 2 is low. Lassiter has doubled in 2, has struck out and flown to right. So 1 for 3, average right at 338, has been on base most of the time in this series. Against her old squad, the 2-0 drops low and in, ball 3. Well, Lassiter in the first 2 games, 3 for 3 with 4 walks and a hit batsman. So she had been on 8 of 8. 1 of 3 today. 3-0. Strike called inside corner, 3-1. So 9 of 11 on base in the series. 3-1. Ground ball, base hit into left field, and Lassiter starts the 6th with a hit through the left side. Now, the shortstop had started to kind of shade her up the middle. She's been hitting up the middle a lot, so Lassiter pivoted and pulled that one into left. So here is Sierra Daniel, who is 1 for 3, a single and a couple of ground outs. And the corners are not too close. This is where Daniel could drop a bunt. She shows it. She pushes it foul. The count's 0-1. Kylie Edwards on deck. Now, Ole Miss had the top of their order up. Couldn't get anything across. LSU with the top of theirs. Lassiter with multiple hits today. And the 0-1 showing bunt and took a strike over the outside corner. Yep, good pitch down over the outer edge. That's where the lefties do not like it. Down at the knees, outer half. So now just got to put it in play. Here's the 0-2. Check swing, strike 3. Same pitch, same spot. So Boyer went to work on Daniel and got the out. There's one away. Kylie Edwards has hit by a pitch, grounded out, and singled. So 1 for 2. She is 5 for 8 for the weekend. Her average stands at 331. 1 out. Foul ball to right, trying to go opposite field. Will go into the LSU bullpen. And she has hit it to all fields in this series. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2. Boyer has found that spot. Down and away to the lefties. That one down and into the right-hander. Just the bottom edge of the zone. And it is 0-2. That one too low, and it's 1-2. Boyer now with 4 strikeouts after that one to Daniel. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High chopper is going to go foul, third base side. So staying low in the zone. Five score, bottom of the 6th. Franklin on deck, then Tori Edwards. If we can get there as well. Here's the 1-2. Fly ball to left, not very deep. Left fielder is going to come in. That ball hit way up in the air, and Applin will come in and grab it. There's 2 down. So Franklin, who has hit it hard a couple times, a single, and then grounded hard into a double play back in the 4th. Lassiter at first, so if Franklin finds a gap, Lassiter's got a good chance to score. Outside, ball 1. Franklin's .276 average as she stands in. Here's the 1-0. Inside corner to the righty. It's 1-1, strike called. Nine hits for LSU. Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Franklin with the edge, 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1. Pop up, right side. It's going to go out of play, I think. Yep, it will. It's going to blow well out of play. It's 2-2. Well, if you can get Tori Edwards to the plate, the 6th inning has been hers this series. The inside the park grand slam on Friday, then the bases loaded walk yesterday. Both of them to give LSU the lead. Count to Franklin, 2-2. And here's the pitch. Fly ball to right. That's hit pretty well. Drifted back. It is off the fence. Lassiter's around third. She's going to score. Franklin is at third. She is going to stop with an RBI triple. And the throw gets by to the backstop. And Franklin's going to score. And it's 7-5 LSU. Franklin got one up in the air to right field, and it kept going, and it hit the fence and rolled back. Lassiter scored easily, and on the throw back into the infield, it got away to the backstop, and LSU is up 7-5. That ball hit the very top of the fence, and the throw skittered through. Sandra Simmons was holding Franklin at third. But when it got through the backstop, she came in and scored. Franklin with the big hit, and Edwards will bat with the bases empty. Franklin now with 6 triples on the year. She had 5 early. And that is her first in a while. She had 2 the first game of the year. That is her first triple since March 10th against Nichols. But she becomes the first LSU player with 6 triples in a season since Bailey Landry had 9 back in 2017. 7-5, pitch low and away, ball 1. But that's Franklin's power spot there, right field. George was shaded over toward the line. The gap was there, and she got it up into the wind, and it just kept going. And she almost hit it out. 1-0 is a strike, and it's 1-1. Edwards homered to tie the game in the 5th. LSU now will have a 2-run lead at least going to the 7th. Here's the 1-1. That's outside, ball 2. George got the error on the throw. The right fielder. 2-1 to Edwards. Outside, ball 3. And the 3-1. Edwards checks her swing, and a changeup is called strike 2. Edwards thought she had her walk. That pitch got a tiny bit of the outside corner, it looked like. Here's the 3-2. Fly ball to center. It's hit way back. It is way back. It is out of here. Edwards did not get the walk, so instead she hits her second homer of the day, and it is 8-5 LSU. Just got it up into the wind, out into right center, and it kept going. So a 3-run 6th, and it is 8-5. The Tigers have the lead, and I think we're going to have a pitching change. And we'll keep it here. In fact, we have a moment. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Your home for LSU Fighting Tiger softball. The LSU Sports Radio Network. Streaming worldwide.
Right-handed bat. And the pitch is up high, ball 1. And the 1-0, it's up high, ball 2. Now the line on Boyer, 5 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned. Actually, that last run should be earned on the, even though Franklin scored on the error, the Edwards homer would have driven her in anyway. The 2-0 is up and away, ball 3. She only walked 2, struck out 4, 133 pitches, 80 strikes, so she threw a lot more strikes today, but LSU ended up hitting them. 3-0 to Lorenz, ball 4 high. Well, you can never have too many on Sunday. And that'll bring up Hutchins, who is 0 for 3. So Tori Edwards now up to 11 home runs. Maybe her bat's starting to kind of warm up a little bit. She has had a huge series. 3 homers in the series. Ball is inside to Hutchins. And Franklin also, her bat had cooled a little bit, but she's also had a good series. So some bats trying to get back going. Pitches inside, ball 2. That is 6 in a row missed by Aycock out of the bullpen. Franklin with 2 hits today. She's 5 for 11. Edwards 3 hits today. 6 for 9. Ball 3 is inside. And Jada Phillips in the on-deck circle. And then Kylie Edwards kind of had a mundane game today, 1 for 3, but 5 for 10 for the weekend. LSU now 29 hits in 3 games. And need 3 outs in the 7th to get another win. Ole Miss will have George. So George, no matter how far she would hit one, cannot give them a tie or a lead. George will lead it off, and then their 5-6 hitters, Reasoner and Connors. This inning's still going, though. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. Got a strike up high in the zone. It's 3-1. And the 3-1, strike 2, that was right down the middle. So Hutchins has taken 5, 3 balls, then 2 strikes. I'd like to see her get on here to see if Jada Phillips can continue her big day. 3-2. It's ball 4, up and away. And LSU finally gets to 3 walks. They've actually got 4 walks now. Been telling you all along, LSU draws 3 walks just about every game. 23 of the last 24 games, at least 3 walks. So here's Phillips. Singled and scored in the 2nd. Flew to deep left in the 3rd. Grounded out in the 5th, but it moved a runner. And she bats with runners at 1st and 2nd. And strike 1 called over the inside corner. Baseball 5-0 A&M, bottom of the 6th inning over at the box. 8-5 LSU here, bottom of the 6th as well. Here's the 0-1. Up and in, almost hit her. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aycock, 3.77 ERA on the year, 96 2/3 innings. 1-1. Chopper slowly to 3rd. Third baseman will back up and then throw in time. Starr gets the final out, but the Tigers put 3 on the board. Franklin's triple and then Edwards homer. Tigers need 3 outs for the sweep. It's 8-5 LSU. Back after this on deck has 3 hits and a homer. And then you get to the 6, 7, 8, which has been a little quieter. Here's the 1-0. Strike called, changeup outside corner, 1-1. Monticelli to this point, 2 1/3, no hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Ball 2 is a little low, and it's 2-1. Monticelli 2 scoreless with 2 hits Friday. Up 1 2/3, a hit and a walk last night. The 2-1 line foul hit hard over toward the clubhouse deck and back out of play. Well, it counts 2-2. And you can come after George here. If she hits one, so be it, with a 3-run lead. Just trying to get her to put it in play and get an out. Here's the 2-2. It's outside, ball 3. Well, the crowd didn't like it. That one was well outside, though. That wasn't even close. Tigers now, by the way, have hit 46 homers this year with the 2 Edwards has hit. 3-2. Popped up foul on a 62-mile-an-hour pitch away. the 3-2. Fouled back again. George has now their record holder, 18 homers in the season, and she is just a freshman. So she is going to be wreaking havoc in the league for a little while. And hits for a good average, 377. Here's the 3-2. And she got another hit, base hit into right field. Just pulled it through the hole, and they will probably run for her, I expect, at first base. And Ole Miss keeps it going. And we will see a runner at first. It'll be number 10, Izzy Rediger, who we have seen this weekend. And Reisner, who is 3 for 3, will face Monticelli for the first time. Reisner singled off Heavner, singled off Salura, then homered off Salura, and that chased her from the game. Right-handed bat takes it outside, ball 1. LSU has used Heavner, Salura, and Monticelli, hoping to get 3 more outs. Here's the 1-0. A little bit low and in, ball 2. Here's the 2-0. That's a strike at the knees, and it's 2-1. Always like to get that first out somewhere in the 7th inning. Just any out anywhere. Here's the 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Well, you put one on, you bring the tying run to the plate. Eight to 5 LSU in the 7th. 3-1. Chopper slowly to the circle. Monticelli picks it, bobbles, throws in time at first. Boy, that got a little more interesting than that needed to be. Reisner, I think, swung at ball 4. It was very low, but it rolled to Monticelli, and she bobbled it. Kind of took her time and then slung it to first and just got the out. Runner goes to second. That's not of great consequence. And here is Connors, the DP, who is 1 for 2 with the walk, and she takes a strike at the knees. Lefty bat. 6-hole, and then you get to the bottom of their order, who has struggled a bit today. Here's the 0-1. Missed outside at 61. 1-1. Runner at second. Here's the 1-1. Fouled out of play. Pulled hard. That one made it on top of the clubhouse deck. There's actually people sitting up there that had to scurry a little bit. But the count to Connors is 1-2. She singled back in the 3rd inning. And here's the 1-2. Fouled it left side. Out of play. We'll do another 1-ball, 2-strike count. 1 out, runner at second. And here's the pitch. Chopper to the right side. Edwards has it. Will run to the bag. That will be the 2nd out. Runner to 3rd, but again, not a big deal. You get the out, and Applin will be the last hope. She has struck out twice, hit into a fielder's choice. She is 0 for 3 today and 2 for 9 for the weekend. Right-handed bat, first pitch, high, ball 1. Eight runs, 11 hits for the Tigers, 5 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for Ole Miss. Here's the 1-0. Strike called inside corner. Probably was not in the zone, but you'll take it. It's 1-1. And the 1-1. That missed outside, 2-1. Now the on-deck hitter due up is Starr, the third baseman. They've pinch hit for her once and would pinch hit for her again. There's a different hitter in the on-deck circle, but unless you're trying to avoid that. Here's the 2-1. It's high, ball 3. Grace Thompson, number 21, is in the on-deck circle and would hit as the tying run if this game continues. 3-1 to Applin. And here's the pitch. Strike 2 called inside corner. And the Tigers are a strike away from a sweep. And that'll bring the fans to their feet. Three-2 to the plate. Pop-up foul. Edwards chasing, not going to get there. Right side. That one did not have enough air on it. It was hit down toward the end of the LSU dugout, so we'll continue. Tigers trying to get back to 500 in the league. Again, the 3-2. Swinging a foul at the plate. Tigers started 0-5 in league play. They're trying to have been climbing out of the hole, trying to get to 9-9 with 2 series left. Again, a 3-2 will come from Monticelli. And here it is, and it hit her. So that will bring Thompson to the plate off the bench. Thompson, a .242 hitter. She has started 25 games this year. She's played 15 hits, 4 doubles, 2 homers, and 11 runs batted in. In SEC play, she is 1 for 13 with 1 RBI. So .077 in SEC play. But she will hit for Starr as the tying run. Well, Ole Miss has done what you want to do. They've gotten her there within a swing of a tie game. Now 2 down, runners at the corners. 8-5 LSU in the 7th. And here's the pitch. Chopped foul at the plate, and the count's 0-1. Now, Thompson in those SEC games, I mentioned 1 for 13, has 6 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 called outside corner. And again, a strike away, and again, the crowd will rise. And the 0-2 fouled away to the left side. Tried to go away. Batter did the same. And Thompson with still an 0-2 count. And she needs time. And she'll back out, and we'll restart it. And again, the 0-2 low in the dirt. That's where that was meant to be. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phillips smothered it. After a little bit of a rough start, Heavener's hard to catch. But Phillips has settled in very nicely and has caught a good game. Again, a 1-2 batter and a crouch. Here is the pitch. Up high. Actually, I think she got it, a piece of it with the bat. And the ball rolled out into fair territory. Home plate umpire says foul ball. Now he's got to talk to the people, his other umpires. It was a check swing, and then you see the ball kind of roll into fair territory. I think they've all agreed it was a foul ball. So that should remain the count 0-2, shouldn't it? One and two. All right, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, there was a ball earlier. So 1-2 the count. And here's the pitch. It's up and away, ball 2. Malvin, the 9-hole slapper, is on deck. Don't want to get there. Here's the 2-2. Pop up. It's going to go foul out of play. Hits on the roof. Boy, these last outs are so hard to get. Ole Miss team, I know their record says 2-15, but they have battled LSU every pitch here this weekend. And they did so with Texas A&M last weekend. Left-handed bat, again a 2-2 coming. Ground ball to short. Edwards, the tough pickup. The throw in time. Ball game over. And LSU gets the sweep of Ole Miss. The final score is LSU 8 and Ole Miss 5. The Tigers sweep their first SEC series since the very first series of last year when they beat Kentucky 3 times. And LSU is back to even in the league. 9-9. And they had to work hard for all 3 of them, but they got them. They win 6-4 Friday, 7-6 yesterday, 8-5.